What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Guess the Rank. I'm excited to be doing this again. I know it's been a bit, but we're here and we're going to be guessing MMR. So if you aren't familiar with what this is, I'll be going over random replays from the community that you guys submitted on the YouTube community tab. If you don't know how to get to there and you're curious for next time, go to our channel on YouTube, and then when you are on a channel, it will say like home videos, etc., and then community will be on one of them. I make posts there and you can submit your replays there. So check it out and best of luck for the next one. Getting into the first clip, we're going to be watching Kwame-san, 5K player. I don't know if you're actually 5K. I mean, it's pretty bad if it's in your name, and I have a hint of what MMR you are. I'm gonna guess that that's probably not the case, but regardless, you rupture up the shaker. This looks like a pretty easy kill. So, I mean, good rupture analysis there, I'd say. I'm glad you didn't hesitate. One thing I will say about Bloodseeker, for all you Bloodseeker players, is I think this hero is very, very good right now. I think it's one of the better carries in Dota, actually. Very reliable landing stage and overall solid hero. But I do think the best item to buy on Bloodseeker is a Maelstrom as your first item, because it gives you a lot of damage as well as farming capability, and it synergizes very well with the Thirst attack speed. And yeah, I mean, I'm just going to be looking at 2-year clips. So first off here, it looks like you kind of get ganked up. I mean, I feel like you should almost see this coming, right? For all you carry players, your main goal as a carry has to be able to look at the map. You have to be able to look at the map and be like, hey, what do I see and what do I not see? I see no one bottom right now, and if it's ever 13, like previous to the 20-minute mark and no one's bottom, 9 times out of 10, they're coming top. So yeah, you kind of get hit by this gank, but it definitely was readable due to the fact that they were not showing in the other lanes. However, I'm very surprised that the enemy made a very coordinated play there, and usually those coordinated plays are a feature of at least relatively high MMR games. Alright, now skipping ahead, it looks like the enemy team is going for Roshan, you pinging out, which is good, kind of communicating to your team. I do think your item build is a bit weird. I'm not a huge fan of this whole, like, I have such mixed opinions. I think the Blade Mail makes a lot of sense for this game against, like, Gyro and Wind Ranger, but we'll see how you play the fight at the least. Starting with the Blood Right, pretty good. Alright, you get Shackles up, no big deal. Mode Abed is dead. Well, he tried his best. Alright, we'll see how you approach this fight, because Roche fights can be very complicated in knowing like when you should go in and out of the pit. You can tell you're being, I really like that you're being conscious of the Earthshaker. I can tell that you're pinging it out, you're saying that he's coming. I think that's great, and just there makes me think that's like ancient vibes for me, at minimum. Ancient, like high legend at low ancient minimum vibes for me, just from that one play of calling out the potential Earthshaker. Regardless now, okay, you ruptured up. Wait, I somehow missed that. Who do you rupture? Okay, you ruptured up the Gyro. That's reasonable. I'd say that probably the best rupture target is the Earthshaker, only because of how mobile and hard to kill he could actually be in these fights. But regardless, it looks like your Punch is able to get on top of him, so it worked out. And a pretty good BKB, I would say. It was a bit safe, maybe. Oh, that was bad. Whoa. Come on, what's going on in here, brother? Everything was going well. Everything was going well, and all of a sudden, you just, like, cast Blood Right. I mean, if you're gonna get on top of them, you either have to cast it in front of them or not cast a spell. It's like chasing someone in the laning stage. If you cast a spell, or, like, let's say you're playing Gyrocopter and you want to get your Rocket Barrage off, the more you auto-attack them, the less you're going to be able to get spells off, and vice versa, right? The more you cast a spell that has a cast animation, the less right clicks you're going to get off. So you have to be very careful about this, and it prevents you from catching up to the Jakiro. So, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of good things about that, and then at the same time, it's a bit sketch. Kind of later on fights. Okay, wow, this keeps on going. This is insane. You have to get out. This is so bad. You're dead twice, huh? I mean, you're definitely dead. There's no way you get out of this, right? Am I missing something? Don't tell me you kill everyone. Alright, I'm surprised they couldn't cut you out there. I thought you were going to get chain stunned to death, but... Okay, yeah, I have mixed opinions, because you are 14-3, and obviously you're having a good game, but I feel like some of the spell usage and item usage there was a bit meh. Not awful, but a bit meh. So I'm going to go with my gut feeling, which is low ancient. I'm going to say ancient 1. Legend 4, okay. Yeah, I think if there's one thing you have to work on as a player, it's a bit of efficiency in the early game. When I was looking at it in the original clip, your CS was like a bit lower than I would hope for if I'm in your bracket. And then at the same time, I would fix your items a bit. I really don't like this build. I think it's a bit outdated. But regardless, let's get into the next clip. All right, welcome back. We're going to be following Bane Baboy on the Bane. Wait, I said that. We're going to be following Bane here, and you asked us to look at the laning stage, so that is what I'll be doing for your clip. I'll be looking at the laning stage and trying to guess, so I appreciate your submission. And first things first that I noticed, you pre-skilled Nightmare, and the only reason why this is okay for everyone watching is because you're relating with a Mirana. Otherwise, you will almost always want to take Brain Sap as it is significantly better for trading. Okay, looks like you're going to take a fight. Probably going to sleep someone. What's going on? Oh, Mirana's AFK. Mirana's AFK, no! Well, you did try to sleep him up. I appreciated the sleep effort. Honestly, I'm surprised the enemy team was so quick to switch aggro. This already seems like a higher MMR game. Your items are pretty good, which seems reasonable. Shaker's items are pretty good, and you're checking everyone's items, which I can respect. Regardless, we'll see how this continues to play out. Oh, wow, you got a self-cancel. What are they doing? Hello? Sleep one. Dude, I think your round is disconnected. Or lagging out. Oh no! Why did you send this to me? It's just a Mirana disconnected, so you couldn't hit any arrows. Why am I watching this? Like, realistically, if this is your typical dual lane and you're just like playing this, you need Brain Sap to trade. But now you just have no mana, Nightmare, and a disconnected Mirana. Why would you send this to me? Is this just to be like, Speed, I know that my games are unwinnable. Like, why else would you send this? I don't understand. Like, are you just trying to tell me that like you're unlucky or something? I genuinely don't know. Why am I watching this? Honestly, guys, like, at least send a replay where I can see something. Maybe something ends up happening here. Like, okay, your Mirana seemingly is back, so I hope you sleep into an arrow. Alright, sick. I'll try to focus in on the little things because we're kind of looking at a bit of a weird situation here. First things first, I understand that the lane is pushing. However, because you are having no impact right now, I would like to see you stack the small camp. I think it's the best way to reliably win the laning stage within low MMR games because the small camp rarely gets contested. Not that I know that this is low MMR. I don't even know why I said that, guys. I swear I don't cheat. I guess I'm just kind of used to saying that line. But it works in every bracket, actually. I use it in Divine and Immortal games as well. And I find it to be very reliable, which is good. You want reliable in solo queue. Regardless, here I would highly prefer you do not sap XP from this lane. Your hero does have a pretty good level 3 spike because Brain Sap doubles in damage and heal, which is good. However, Gyrocopter is a hero that is unbelievably level dependent, right? Your carry. Extremely level dependent, so it is dangerous. It is very dangerous for you to be sapping an extreme amount of XP in this lane. You and Mirana are hardcore griefing his ability to carry this game, which is a problem, right? You do kind of back off now, which is good. I'm glad you started playing off the wave. This is a bit much only because you're playing off the wave, so it looks bad to me. Yeah, I mean, this is just too far off the wave, you know what I mean? Like, obviously the lane's a bit griefed now because of the beginning, but why would you even pressure him here? It doesn't make too much sense to me, only because your gyro is free farming. Like, all I would focus on right now is just getting off the stack pull, so then when you do go for a kill attempt later on and the lane inevitably pushes, like it does in the majority of games, then you can, you know, pull the camp and be off on your way. But regardless, you trade off the wave, which is just a straight up bad idea. Guys, like, honestly, like, I'm trying to look for something hype here to, like, you know, talk about, but you're just walking in and dying. And I'm pretty sure all you sent me this is the only reason why I'm watching this is so that I have to say, hey man, it's okay. We all have games like this. It's not your fault. You're not the issue. It's your disconnected Mirana. You're so unlucky. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Maybe you don't think that, and maybe you're just super PMA and you're like, what could I have done better to save this laning stage? And in that case, I'm sorry. But like, I just wish, you know, you make sure you guys send games that don't have like circumstances that only happen in like 0.1% of games, like a disconnected Mirana at legitimately the worst possible time. Regardless, I like the idea of the side pull here. I think it's good. The lane's pushing up and Gyro doesn't want to fight into the CK anymore because CK is a high level 3. Luckily, the CK has very low last hits. So does the Gyrocopter, which insinuates that this is a very low MMR game, which is kind of cheating on my part. But regardless, I'm going to take my guess now, only because at this point in the game, it's basically impossible for you to do anything. Like, it's going to be very difficult for you to have impact. The only things you can do now is try to get to your level 6 and continue to play with your Mirana. But now Mirana's TP'd out, which is just bizarre. Which is why if I'm playing Bane, or if I'm just playing Dota in general, I'll typically pick on dying so I don't have to rely on teammates to ever win me my lane as to position 5. But regardless, let's take our guess. I'm going to have to guess this is on the lower side. I'm going to say Crusader. No. Archon 2. I'm sorry. Like, honestly, this game put me in like a slightly off mood. I don't even know what to feel. Like, Everything's just so weird here. You're just dying. Why would you even send this? There you didn't click your magic wand. Apparently this player is ancient too. I don't know, guys. Why did you send this, B-boy? Alright, next up we have OOO or OO on the Coddle. And yeah, we're going to be taking a look at another Position 5 replay. Hopefully this one, the player will not just be dying over and over again. But regardless, looks like here you're going to go for a stack play. You do have a meepo on your team, so it is very good to stack when you have heroes that can take stacks, because I will often see 5 players stack camps near a mid laner who does not even jungle, which creates an issue. However, meepo is great. And, oh, okay. So, I don't know if you guys saw that. However, it looks like you get the triple stack off. We'll go over that one more time, just from free camera. You stack this one, and then you blinding light that one out. Does that work? 1, 2... Alright, that's clean, guys. So if you're playing Dire Coddle, you can get that triple stack off. Keep that in mind, because, I mean, that's huge for the meepo. So, well played on your part already. I like that creativity. Moving ahead now, you TP top around the 9-minute mark when your Wraith King was jungling, right? This makes sense, and I'm already getting the vibes just from, like, briefly watching some of this, that just because the Wraith King is jungling gives me, like, higher MMR vibes, right? A lot of Wraith Kings, what they make the mistake of doing is staying in lane for way too long, even against a hero like Abaddon, who just destroys Wraith King in lane, right? Destroys. And what you did is you actually TP top, which could put yourself theoretically in danger, but I like this play because as a 5, you have to understand that delaying the game for cores like Wraith King and meepo who need a lot of farm, the best thing to do is just kind of sacrifice yourself for towers, and you're going to get run at here, but because you're a Coddle, you can, you know, outpace it a little bit and continue to stall up. So yeah, I really like what you're doing here. I think it makes a ton of sense, and in general, guys, I would, like, if I'm you, I would reciprocate this to a very high extent, and really push for players to do this, because it's going to get you a lot of farm, get you a lot of items, and in addition, you have this great ward down, which allows you to see incoming rotations. Overall, super clean play, delaying the game out for your cores, not dying at the same exact time. I mean, in my opinion, that is very optimal support play, so yeah, pretty nice. In addition here, I just want to point this out, guys. He's level 6 on Coddle, and it seems as if he's going to be pushing out top here, and I really like this because it's going to incentivize other heroes on the enemy team to come top to farm the pushed-in wave, which will then prevent them from ganking his Wraith King and his meepo, which is good, right? That's his goal. That should be his goal as to 5. Get them away from the carry. So instead of forcing a Wraith King to fight by running to the Wraith King and, you know, forcing a fight around him, or even the meepo who might not feel comfortable in doing that, he's simply pushing in the wave a bit far away. Now here, obviously I don't think you should have blasted that wave with the Wraith King coming in, but regardless, I really like the fact that you're getting a lot of levels, and you put a focus on pushing in waves and defending the towers on Coddle, because I see a lot of Coddles just walking around and trying to force fights before they're even level 6 sometimes, and that's just ridiculous. Now here, okay, good setup. I mean, that's really clean. Good communication also with the Pudge. I could tell you pinged him out. Now, I don't think you're going to get this kill, which is a bit concerning, but I mean, I think the idea was there, like, and the execution was well done, but obviously the idea was a bit off, so Alright, next up, apparently we're going to be looking at a warding mission. Always good to be paying attention to wards as a 5. You do have a lot stocked up here, which is, you know, it's good that you're going to be warded. You actually give some to your Pudge. Okay, a lot of communication is going on in this game, which is interesting, because communication and that sort of coordination is only something you usually see when you get very high MMR, right? It's just a characteristic of the high MMR games, their ability to work with their teammates and communicate. And yeah, you guys are even gonna put words bottom. Wow, woohoo! Yeah, boy, that's my favorite word. That's my favorite word. You go into these trees, put it down here. The information that words gives is incredible, and it lets you siege the mid tier 1 if you haven't taken it already, which you have not. So, I mean, overall, I really like this. In fact, it's even going to get you a Rubik pick off here. So, overall, big fan of what's going on. This fight looks a bit sketch, but regardless. Yeah, this is clean. You even forced off the meepo out. I mean, overall, I think you've been... Oh, rip meepo. Overall, I think what you've been doing this game has been pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, here we're going to be looking at one more clip. Looks like your team actually smokes the top. Okay, at this point, I'm convinced this is at least, like, high Ancient, high Divine, or low Immortal. Like, it has to be some... It's got to be at least Divine, now that I'm thinking about it. Because people are smoking, team fights are going on, and they're fast. Like, this is crazy. Alright, regardless, you're going to come from the side. You do not have your ultimate up right now, so we'll see how you play it. Decent blinding light. I mean, nothing too crazy. Looks like this fight's going to last a while. Okay, you decided to chalk her yourself, which I guess is alright. Blinding light. Oh, it seems like you almost blinding lighted the AM out of the potential net that was coming in here. So I understand why you did it, to like prevent them from hitting the meatbow. By all means, like I get it. But at the same time, I feel like another net was coming in and it would have killed the AM. So, bit of a misplay there. Not optimal for sure. Regardless, I mean, I think you're very heads up with casting all your spells. And if you're a 5 player, this has to be what you want to have if you're going to try to get to at least Divine, which is what I think this player is. I'm going to guess even higher than that. So I'm going to take my final guess now, and I'm going to say this is low Immortal. Like, Immortal either 1,000 or Immortal 2,000, something like that. Why would you do that? Alright. So, apparently, I guess as a joke, my clip selector turtle decided to put in a GH replay. So, yes, I just called GH Immortal 2000 or Immortal 1000. I apologize, GH. However, your blinding light sucked. Alright, so get good, kid. Win a TI, then talk. Alright, welcome back to the next clip. We have Saldic on the Centaur. And I have to say, guys, what are you doing, dude? Where's your Quelling Blade? Why do you not have a Quelling Blade? I don't understand. Like, I don't care that your hero has high damage. I don't care that you have a good animation. You have to buy a Quelling Blade. If you want to win in Dota, you have to secure all the CS and avoid getting denied. And if you don't get into this habit now, like, it's just so good. Like, it's never bad. I don't know why you wouldn't do it. Even like a Magic Stick. I would really like to see you buy a Magic Stick against the likes of a Grimstroke. Even Void, who like fairly frequently casts Time Walk. It could be the difference between winning a trade or not. In the early laning stage, and that's what I like to do. If I'm going to win the games, I want to do everything I can to win these early trades. Alright, now a big thing to do is really look at what players do with their blink timing, and I'm going to talk about one big thing here. You're 4-0, correct? Pretty good game. Generally low CS, not the end of the world if you're controlling tempo. That's okay. Like, if you're making plays and you're taking towers, it's okay to drop off CS a bit, especially if the majority are lane creeps. But the big thing I want to focus on here is, what do you do with your Blink Dagger? First off, you get the item delivered on the courier in vision. That is something a high MR player will avoid at all costs, because they want to hide this potential for a surprise gank with the Blink Dagger. In addition to even further that idea, whenever a lot of high MR players get an item like a Blink Dagger or a BKB timing or a Radiance, whatever it is, a big spike on their hero, they will buy a Smoke of Deceit, especially if you are a tempo controller like Centaur, right? A tempo controller like Centaur who likes to make plays. You could go smoke with Slark, Lion, Bane, Storm, any of them. You could just pick one and be like, let's go. But instead, what happens is, now you're just taking some random fight where actually they should know you have a blink. You're lucky that they don't, because, you know, I mean, I guess I'm assuming, but it seems like they don't based on their positioning. Regardless, you go in here, alright, a pretty decent jump onto the Invoker. I like that. Oh, okay, you're dead. I actually don't mind that jump. You got the Centaur kill. However, if you want to play reliable as a Centaur, make sure you're just like taking fights in areas with a little bit better vision. Not bad though. I would say that was an okay trade. Regardless though, if you want to catch your opponent off guard, I know I'm skipping a bit ahead here, but still talking about the same topic. Regardless, if you want to keep your opponent on their toes and off guard, what you should do is really like make smokes with one individual player and run at someone in a side lane who's showing that you can pick off. It's the most reliable way to get a lot of farm, get a lot of gold, and make big plays. Regardless, a fight is breaking out here. We'll see what you do. You get globaled. Okay, you do Centaur ulti your Lion away. I don't know if it's going to save him or not. You blinked into a creep camp previously, which is why your blink is on cooldown here. Do not blink to the next creep camp. Guys, never blink to a creep camp as an initiator with using your Blink Dagger. You can never do that. In case a fight breaks out, you do not want that to happen. Regardless, we'll see what happens here. It looks like you're going to just go for the stomp on the Void. I probably would have preferred if you waited. Is he going to live? Okay, it was close. The only thing I would say is, like, maybe you should wait for the leash to get towards the end, just to guarantee that he dies, right? With this leash, he can't time walk during this, so you can wait more towards the end. He sort of still had, like, a 4th duration when he stomped it, so But regardless, I'm glad that you double-edged, turned on your retaliate as well, so that's fine. I don't know. This is all well and good. I'm glad that you bought a blink. It's good, for sure. One thing that's a bit glaring to me, though, is the 105 by 23. Now, do I think it's the end of the world? Once again, not really. If you're taking towers and getting this many kills, having this good of a game, it's totally okay, depending on the relative impact that you're having. But it's something that for the majority of players, I would look at and say, if I just want to play a safe game, I should focus more on pushing in lane creeps than anything else. Okay, this is bad. What's going on here? This is what I call like a low MMR dive. You have no vision. Your teammates are not in position, correct? I do not care that the enemy team is dead. They're respawning in 2 seconds, meaning that they're in their base ready to TP. What do people do when they respawn? They TP. So why would you dive a tier 2 tower? And you're diving the worst hero to jump in Dota 2. There's not a worse hero to jump than Tidehunter. Unless you have like a specific hero that counters him. Regardless, I mean, we'll see if the fight works out. It looks alright. Okay, you're dead. Alright, you guys are stomping. Yeah, but regardless, that play is awful unless you're this far ahead. I'm just trying to make that clear. I want you to ask everyone a question. What should this team be looking to realistically do at this point? Especially when I believe Chrono was on cooldown. I think it was. Not anymore. But what's a big objective right now? Roshan. And you might be like, well, as I was saying, but we don't want to fight Roshan against, like, Chrono, Ravage, Global, and all this stuff. What you should do is threaten Roshan, get them out of the base, and then wrap on them or fight them out of the base, right? That is one of the best ways to force a good fight when the enemy team is turtling. Threaten Roshan, get them to come out of the base, and go kill them. Your play gives me really weird vibes because the no Quelling Blade right off the bat and lack of early stick just gives me such... There's nothing else for me to say besides it gives me low MR vibes. There's not a single high MR player that skips these type of things. It just doesn't exist unless there's a very specific reason to do it. There wasn't one in your case, at least that I could see. So yeah, that I wasn't too much a fan of. I think some of your movements and stomps were generally good, right? I think your target priority was fine, but then some of these dives and overcommitments just, once again, don't give me high MR vibes. I would rather see you buy smokes, as we saw in the GH replay. See how they were buying smokes, coordinating plays with their teammates, and moving around as a unit rather than just like hoping things work out. So yeah, I'm gonna guess sort of on the lower end, to be honest. I'm gonna say either High Crusader, like Crusader 5, or Archon 1. Crusader 3. Okay, yeah, brother, I don't know if you're like a Smurf. I'm actually just gonna check now. How many games do you have? Because like there's aspects of your play that I think are pretty good, right? Okay, you do have 3,000 matches, which is good. But realize your issues come in your inability to make things reliable. Just going for way too many dives, you're not pushing in enough waves, and you're not just playing, like, if you want to know how to really crush a centaur, focus on stomping your lane, like learning how to stomp your lane, and then take objectives. Like, if you can do that, and then push in waves, and just get really, really farmed, that's how you stomp these games reliably. Maybe I'll even make a replay on that eventually, because it's just super, super reliable as centaur. Alright, next up, we will be looking at mid Invoker. This is actually, or was, Exhort Invoker, and it is Giovanni. So, I haven't looked at any, or much at all of any Exhort Invoker because it is very unpopular right now. The item buildup is just kind of brutal in my opinion. Like, I think your items are generally fine, but you just don't have a BKB, meaning if you get X'd, it's like you just die into an, like, right, assuming they can X into arrow or astral into arrow. So I feel like that's the main problem with this hero. No matter how farmed you get, even though you're 3-0-4 with relatively good CS, you're still just super killable. So yeah, if you're playing Invoker, I highly recommend Wex, and this is one of the main reasons. Invoker could just be a bit slow at times. Regardless, let's see how you approach this seemingly Roche fight. You do scan it out, or someone scans it out. It was probably you. Tornado up, EMP, okay. Chilling back. I'm glad that you're not just running in. It's good. Good patience. Rumzo. Okay, call into Cataclysm. Understandable. Didn't work out too well. I'm glad that you're not running in too far, though. You're obviously avoiding the X to the best of your ability, which is important, because if you do not, things will not go well. However, this is the issue with Invoker. It's like, who do I actually go on? Regardless, we'll see if you can kind of figure out the answer to that question, because that is a difficult question for me, at least. Well, that was nice. Okay, well done. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Answer to that question. That was good. I'm glad that you're kiting out. Super, super important. And a pretty good combo there. The Cold Snap and a Meteor with the Deafening Blast. Definitely one of the better ones in the mid game. So, yeah, nice. You do get X'd up. Wow, really nice blink. Alright, overall, I mean... No! Oh, dude, you just ran into the arrow. What? Alright, I mean, you almost just ate that arrow, but regardless, we'll continue to see how things are going on. Your team is 13k behind, so, I mean, that was pretty impressive what just happened there. Overall, pretty solid. Alright, now we'll be looking at the second fight. Looks like the enemy team is pushing your high ground. PL dead. There seems like a very low chance that this is actually defendable. Have to imagine the game ends here because your PL is dead. You do have Refresh or Cataclysm, I would imagine. So if there's one thing that saves this game, it's that, which it looks like you're looking for. Your Axe Spy's back. You're gonna need the Tiny to go in here. Like, if I'm you right now, I'm telling my Tiny, like, go in. You need to bait so that Axe can get a good call, right? He has to be the distraction so Axe can get a good initiation. But the enemy team seems to be prepping around that due to the fact that, you know, they use their Moonlight Shadow, so this is going to be a bit rough. I don't know if there's any way back into this game. In my opinion, I don't see it, but I guess we'll have to see in a second. Okay, you're going in. Meteor comboing the... I see you tried to go with the axe jump. Understandable. I get it. Obviously does not work out, though. I mean, honestly, dude, I don't even know what you're supposed to do, to be honest. Like, I know I just said honest twice in a row, which... Oh? Okay, I mean, you got the Kunkka. I have no idea what's going on. The really good ice wall, though. Okay, you're turning things around, chasing the Phoenix. He's gonna keep going. Okay. Honestly, I don't even know what happened, that fight. I don't know how anyone died. Invoker makes no sense to me, especially Exhort Invoker. Like, you catch your spells, it seems like they did nothing, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, besides the ice wall, I feel like everything else was just close to useless, but I guess I can't really see what happens in Cataclysm. Regardless, I'm gonna assume you guys book it down mid now, because there's a low chance... I don't know how long this game goes. Do you make a comeback now? Like, what's going on? Or do you just slowly lose? I have no idea, bro, but you are 5-0 and 14, which is comical. You might be asking me, like, if I typically see a replay like this, it's similar to the Bane one where it's like, what am I supposed to do, right? I'm like 5-0 and 13 and my PL's feeding, right? It looks like you just maybe even muted him, which is, you know, somewhat understandable. But if you're curious on what you need to do better, I would highly recommend you find a new hero that actually can have reliable impact in a fight. Because Invoker, as you can see, it's very odd and you have to be extremely reliant on teammates setting things up, which is a bad formula for solo queue and carrying these games. And there's a reason why you have almost seen close to zero, if not zero, Exhort Invoker in the pro scene. The hero takes a long time to come online, and even when he comes online, he's very hard to pull off and doesn't feel more impactful than a hero like you could have double the net worth of a hero like Leshrac and the same impact, which concerns me, right? Concerns me considering this hero doesn't naturally farm that fast. So I don't know what Invoker does well. Regardless, fight breaks out. Okay, good BKB timing. Deafening Blast was a bit off. Seems like you're just kind of throwing out spells to me, but at the same time, like, wait, what's going on here? Is this some script? Like, I actually... No, okay, that's not a script. It's just some weird stuff. It like looks like it because you're clicking very close to your hero, but I understand that's what Invokers do a lot. Phoenix Egg goes off. I can't imagine this is good for you guys. Pretty good kiting out. It's really nice that you're not running into your spells. That's one thing I'll say about your play. You do a good job staying alive, but I'm afraid that the job of staying alive is not enough to actually carry your games. Once again, you're really good at blinking out of torrents. Overall, I think you have pretty good mechanical skill. You just need to really like pick a new hero or learn how to win the early game / mid game on Invoker, which is very, very difficult on an Exhort Invoker, which is why I don't suggest this hero to anyone right now or really ever. Regardless, we're taking our guess. Here we go. Overall good mechanics, I'm going to say Ancient 3. Ancient 4. Both. Okay. Woo! Rank 3000 core, rank 500 support. I mean, I don't know what to say. Okay, you're clearly a support player, I guess. Maybe it's not that clear, but you are a support player, and it seems like most likely what happened if I had to guess is you did the fast queue thing and you got shoved to mid. But overall, like, thank you for submitting your replay. I appreciate it. I understand that you went 5-0 and lost. It's really hard when that happens. It feels extremely bad. We've all had those games, or maybe, I don't know. But regardless, just pick a different hero, bro. I don't know what to say. And we have one more last clip for the day. We have Billy on the Night Stalker. First things first, shout out to the item build. Big fan of this. Now, yeah, I wouldn't make too many more adjustments. I think the Ags first, which you did rush, is very, very good. Then you go for the Blink Nullifier, which I'm a huge fan of. In addition, the BKB. So overall, big fan of this. Looks like your team is about to lose Rax, so we'll see how you play this. I'm glad that you're waiting for your team to respawn before going in. I've seen a lot of players still early jump, just in like the vibe of I have to make something happen right now. And we'll see who you go on here. Looks like you decided to go on the Void, which I think is good because you have the Nullifier. Only issue is, okay, good lord, why does Void have these items? But if Void had a BKB or a Manta or something, you would have messed up there. Make sure you blink in and you instantly cast the Nullifier first because he already used Time Walk. You could have lost the kill there because you did it in the wrong order. So be a bit careful, right? Pay attention. If they used their spell already, then you should be focusing Nullifier and vice versa. But 9 times out of 10, using the Nullifier first is important because it has a long cast time. Regardless, pretty good fight there. Alright, now this is the typical pub play of we're going to run it down the lane. So, oh, why did you just do that? Oh my god, the centaur did the same thing, guys. Stop, guys, stop. You cannot casually blink. You can't just casually blink. Like, you might fight mid in about, like, 5 to 7 seconds, and you're just using your blink dagger. Why? Why? Why would you do that? Then you can't catch anyone off... Like, you have 2 really good heroes to jump here. Witch Doctor or the Undying. Why would you casually blink? Because now you're going to walk up this hill and it's like, oh, can I jump the Undying here? Nope, because I got to wait 9 seconds. Like, this is such a free Witch Doctor kill. It's actually so game-changing if you can blink and kill him here. It might happen anyway, but, like, at that point, the Void's going to respawn and it's just not as good anymore. You can see how slow this becomes as a result, and now they buy back and... Your team is diving. I have nothing else to say besides this is at least like... This is like 3k or below. I don't know what to say. Like, you can't just casually blink and not be able to get a jump when you have a big gap like that. You know what I mean? I mean, good recognition to kill the void there, but overall, Alright, looks like we have one more fight. The enemy team's actually making somewhat of a comeback here. It's around 54 minutes in. You almost have a 6k lead. Witch Doctor's going for the huge illusion bait coming in right here. Alright, you're hiding in the trees. It's not nighttime. Oh, okay. You thought it was real. Alright. I mean, I understand you thought it was real. To be honest, like, I feel like he made it a bit obvious with the way he was moving everything, but regardless, you shouldn't be showing yourself, only because they could technically jump you here with this void chrono, and then you would die, and dying's bad. Okay, you went on another illusion. That's alright. Not the end of the world. Regardless, you have nighttime now. Let's see how you approach it. Oh, they took Roche. Oh, you could have gotten it! No! Oh, no. What's going on? You're not casting any spells. I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but you blinked in and you're not using anything. Like, if you're gonna go in, you have to at least use your spells, right? Okay, you didn't have Void right now. It was on cooldown. And it still is on cooldown here, but like, you have to BKB and like use your stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta use your spells and items and nullifier and stuff like that, right? Like, always play it safe. I don't know, regardless. It just looks bad to me. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Let me make your life really simple, Ginobili. If you want to win these fights, you need to pick one hero you can kill. Pick the one hero you can kill and kill them. You have to do that. You just have to be very decisive. This whole like blink in or like casually blink in with no vision or just like blink to the mid wave for no reason is not acceptable. This is your job in the fight. The way you win the fight is you get your team off to a good start by bursting someone useful and then kiting around the outside and finding the Invoker or Void. But you blink in here and obviously mess up, and then you don't commit to anyone, right? It's like, kill the Witch Doctor, dude. Kill the Witch Doctor. It's a free kill. Or kill whoever this is. I can't tell. The Void. You could have killed Void as well. You could have jumped and killed the Void. Fight's over. Bang. Game's over. You kill the Void there, game's over. But you're not paying attention. You have no priority in mind. You have no goal in mind. You're not jumping the correct target. Like, this Void's build just stinks. Okay, it's actually not that bad at this point, but it's really bizarre. And your just hesitation and lack of priority in fights is killing you. It's killing you. It legitimately killed you here. I mean, you get Chrono into this wombo combo, like, but regardless, hopefully you can see the issue here. I'm gonna once again point it out. I believe you just made the same mistake, or you were making sure you didn't die. But regardless, you TP in, and it's like, who are you gonna go on? You know what I mean? Make up your mind. Okay, not Invoker. That's fine. You should just be staying back though. You run to the left. That's all right. Okay, you're gonna probably go for Invoker, which is good. You're taking so long, you know what I mean? Like you took so long. I don't know what else to say. Your blink range is this far, right? So if we're going, blink range is around this far, correct? Why would you walk all the way here? Why would you walk that close before blinking? At this point, just walk in and save your blink. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta make up your mind and be a lot more decisive, because this is just not working for me. Regardless, I mean, it was the correct target, by all means, like, so good jump, but at the same time, you got some target priority issues, brother. That will really make a big difference for you in these fights if you can get on top of someone and actually kill them, rather than taking like a good 3 to 5 seconds to actually do anything useful. Not in the flame way, just... Oh my gosh. Punch! He misses dog! Even though he was perma-bashed! Alright, once again, pretty good target priority. Oh no, the disarm! No! Do you guys lose? What happens? Wait, do you lose this game? Actually, do I even want to know? How long was this? Oh, do you lose? Oh my god, you lose, don't you? No? Oh, you... Okay, no. Alright, you win. Alright. I'm gonna take my guess. This has been enough. I'm gonna have to guess on the lower end. I'm gonna say this is round Crusader 5. Crusader 5. Legend 1. Whoops. Okay. Alright. Why did I guess so low? I really tunnel vision there, in my opinion, in terms of like what you were doing wrong. There's a lot of things you're doing right. I think your item build is pretty good. I think your CS is very good. Like, you kept it high on a Night Stalker, which is very impressive. So, honestly, I don't know why I guessed so low in this episode. I think, like, I tunnel vision really hard, and I'm becoming more critical for no good reason. Everyone who I guess low on, you deserve your rank for one reason or the other. Don't think MMR is a joke. It means a lot. It means a ton. MMR is a representation of your MMR, so please take it very, very seriously. If you were trying to improve, it does mean something. But regardless, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please do like and subscribe to help the channel grow, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Peace. Are you tired of being hard stuck at your rank? Over at GameLeap.com, we have a library of hundreds of guides authored by pro players and coaches covering literally every aspect of Dota. Whether you're looking to master a new hero or role, or just polish up your existing skills, GameLeap is the proven place for competitive gamers to hone their craft and unlock their secret potential. Hit the link on screen right now, to take advantage of our special offer for a 25% discount, guys, 25%, and start your journey today.